Coming up on First Coast News at 7, new documents and audio in the case of a local firefighter accused of a hit-and-run crash. Plus, a new redistricting map approved in Jacksonville. So what's next for the people who live here? That's coming to you next.
Jessica Clark, First Coast News, on your side. This is First Coast News, on your side.
Good evening to you. I'm Jessica Clark. Oh boy, it's been a wet and stormy day. Parts of the First Coast were under a tornado watch earlier, and you're taking a live look now at downtown Jacksonville, and also with Chief Meteorologist Tim Deegan, who's had a busy day tracking this. So what's in front of us, Tim?
Well, first of all, the probably rain, I think, is the headline. We're making that transition is why I hesitated a little bit. There's a small portion of the area in which we still have somewhat of a severe weather threat. And when I say severe weather, I mean the concern for wind damage. Let's go back, and I think we can put things in perspective. So what hit us today is that squall line, that organized line of thunderstorms that erupted over Texas 2 days ago, has caused all kind of damage, and then really hit hard New Orleans and Mississippi yesterday. We thought the system would weaken. It did, but still packing a punch. It has. And as Jessica mentioned, we had some tornado warnings today. Thank goodness, so far, the only reports we have are a few downed trees, but the rain will continue. That is the headline. Let's break it down for you. First of all, here's the lightning. I'm just showing you the lightning. There's rain out there, but I wanted to show you the two main thunderstorm cells, we call them. This is the one that produced at least the need for the tornado warning. Thankfully, we have not seen widespread damage. This was the other strong storm, although technically not severe, had plenty of areas with wind gusts of over 50. For the rest of the evening, especially northeastern Florida, more rain and rumbles to come. But I think the only additional threat, it's not a guarantee, I think the only additional threat of some severe storms, possibly with some wind damage, will be from Palatka to Crescent Beach on to the south, and even that will be diminishing. We'll take it beyond 9 p.m. tonight in just a few moments.
Hey, Tim, thank you. And you can take our weather team's forecast on the go with our First Coast News app. And if you don't have it, just text us and we will send you a link to download it. Text the word app to 904-633-2402. We're following a developing story tonight. A person reportedly shot on Barnett and West 6th Streets near Hogan's Creek. Police say when they arrived on the scene, the victim was shot multiple times and taken to the hospital with serious injuries. Of course, this investigation is ongoing. And if you have information, you are asked to call Crime Stoppers about this case. New tonight, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office is investigating a suspicious fire in Jacksonville's Hyde Park neighborhood. Fire officials say 2 residential buildings on Kimberly Lane were on fire, and the fire department did not report any injuries. That's the good news. The state fire marshal will investigate, of course, what caused this fire. So some new details tonight. A local firefighter was expected to show up in court today, but he did not. He is facing some accusations of a hit-and-run crash. First Coast News obtained some new documents and an audio recording in this case. It involves integrity, investigators, and Christopher Lewis. And we noticed police did not ask the accused firefighter a specific question. On your side's Tristan Hardy shows us what was said between Lewis and investigators. Tristan, thank you. You know, a woman has been, I'm going to see if I can back that up there. There's the script for that story. A woman accused of having sexual contact with a student will be evaluated to see if she is mentally competent. Julie Rodeheaver was in court this morning. The former paraprofessional at Westside High School was arrested in late February. Now, she's charged with lewd and lascivious battery on a disabled adult and offenses against a student by a person of authority. She has not yet entered a plea. And all clear tonight following a bomb threat at San Marco this morning. It was in San Marco, and police say an officer along with a Prudential Drive near I'm going to back that up again. You know what? We're going to start this over. Police say an office along Prudential Drive near Baptist Medical Center received that threat, and out of precaution, building management evacuated the office before police arrived. Officers and canines spent about 2 hours searching but did not find any suspicious items that could be a bomb. Investigators are now working to identify a suspect but believe the threat was a hoax. All right, despite a lawsuit threat from a civil rights group, the Jacksonville City Council approved a new district map last night. It's the final step in the once-a-decade redistricting process. But what could this mean for people who live in Duval County? On your side's Brianna Ray Turner spoke with 3 people who've been deep in the weeds as these new council district boundaries took shape. Brianna, thank you. You know, as we continue to explore the housing crisis here in Jacksonville, today we share the story of one renter who is facing a nearly $400 increase in rent. Rebecca Ann Nelson and her mom, Pamela Franklin, both have apartments at Atlantic Crossing Apartments on the south side. Well, Franklin recently received her lease renewal notice and was shocked at the numbers, from $1,800 for her 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment to $2,200 a month, an 18% increase. It's enough of a hike to put the future dreams of this renter on hold.
My hope this year was to buy a home. That's not going to happen, unfortunately, just because of the market. I think a moderate increase is reasonable. When you get upwards of 20 to 30%, that's really challenging.
The property manager told First Coast News in a statement that renewal rents are consistent with market rents for similar properties. At 18%, the increase Nelson is facing is still lower than the current city average, which is now about 30%. The area around the Old Town and Country Shopping Center in Arlington is a so-called food desert, meaning it has limited access to affordable and nutritious food. But for the first time in about 15 years, the shopping center will have an option for those in the neighborhood. A Winn-Dixie is set to come next year, part of a revitalization effort. Neighbors say they typically buy food at a dollar store in the plaza. Needless to say, the addition of a Winn-Dixie is a sigh of relief for many people.
I actually cook, pretty much on the weekends, and so, like I said, there's no, like you said, fresh fruit, there's no onions, there's no kiwi, there's no avocados, things that I use, in my cooking that I can't get at Dollar General, so I have to make a special trip just to go get those things.
The Winn-Dixie is scheduled to be finished in 2023. A longtime Jacksonville restaurant showcasing German cuisine is now closed. German Schnitzel House, located on Atlantic Boulevard, has announced its closure after 16 years in business. The restaurant posted the announcement Tuesday afternoon on its website as well as on social media. The restaurant thanked its customers and staff in the announcement, but has not commented on the reason for the closure. All right, coming up at 7, a discovery of a lifetime for one man, a cannonball found at a beach. So how old is it and where did it come from? We'll talk about that coming up.
Now, your most accurate forecast from the First Coast News Weather Team, sponsored by AC Designs.
And we are hooked on history from Jessica. Thank you, Jessica, and all the experts that teach us so much about living here on the First Coast. Certainly learn a lot about the weather. These systems never the same. 41 years of watching squall lines develop in Texas and head our way, and still everyone is different. And if you hear maybe a little more of relaxation in my voice, and that's because, well, the tornado watch no longer in effect. We're still going to deal with rain, still going to deal with a lot of rain, but that was our biggest concern. We thought it would weaken as it made it here, but we're never quite sure exactly how much they're going to weaken. And of course, even a weakened squall line event can produce some problems. So what about, if you were with us a few moments ago, we did talk about there might be some still severe threat. Now, remember, in meteorology, when we talk about severe threat, in this situation, it's primarily, will there be some storms that might produce some wind damage? And we get to about 55, 60 miles per hour. That's when maybe we see some wind damage. So any possible severe threat, draw a line from Palatka to about Crescent City, or Crescent Beach, Palatka to Crescent Beach, onto the south. And even there, that is very iffy. I'll expand the picture and show you what I'm talking about. So there are still vigorous storms and possibly severe storms offshore. The bulk of that activity, I think, will pretty much move ashore from Tampa south. but because the overall motion is to the northeast, can't rule out some very isolated storms this evening, possibly making it up to southern Putnam, southern St. John's, and Flagler. But as each hour passes, that threat will decrease, and then primarily we're talking about rain. And rain will be with us at least off and on, and some of it periods of heavy rain until this front passes the area. And notice it doesn't pass through the area until overnight Thursday night into Friday morning. Then we clear out, but that means we have a lot of rain on the way. Our next really heavy round of heavy rain after this evening could be right during tomorrow morning's rush. You might want to give yourself some extra time. We could have another round of heavier rain during the afternoon tomorrow, but again, I don't see it as a severe weather threat. If for some reason you want to be on the water tomorrow, a stormier threat south of Mayport versus north. Then comes spring weather, clearing skies on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Lows in the 40s. It's early spring, folks, but afternoon highs in the 70s under sun-drenched skies.
Wow, okay. Thank you, Tim. Women in our area will have the chance to learn how to elevate their voices within the community. March is Women's History Month, and next Friday, Generation W will hold an event that will help women grow in the corporate world as well as in the community. For more than a decade, Donna Render has led initiatives with the goal of empowering women, and she says the ability to connect with other people who have the same goals can be powerful.
When people come together and unite in a strong belief system around good things and things that can drive success and build community, then you know what, you can achieve great things. And so in our 11th year, we feel encouraged. We're always enthusiastic. We're always listening to find out, all right, what do we need to do to be a vital helper?
I went to that, I guess maybe the first year. It was really interesting. Tickets for Generation W are still available, and we have a link to register on our website, firstcoastnews.com.
Teacher of the Week is sponsored by Keith Pearson Toyota. From the Farrah and Farrah Sports Desk, it's First Coast Sports.
Hello, everybody. When this opportunity became available, this is where Megan and I wanted to be. Those were the words from new Florida Gator men's head basketball coach Todd Golden as he was officially introduced this afternoon. One of the most electrifying wide receivers in the NFL is headed south to South Beach to play for the Miami Dolphins. The Kansas City Chiefs traded Tyreek Hill to Miami in exchange for 5 draft picks. The Dolphins shipped Kansas City 3 draft picks this year, 1 each in the 1st, 2nd, and 4th round, along with a 4th and 6th rounder next season. I'll see you tonight at 11.
Champions for hope, they surround us. Tommy, you know that as good as anybody. Your wife, Judy, a walking miracle. Tell me about her.
She had a 9% chance of surviving pancreatic cancer in 5 years. This April marks our 8th year of survival. We are so blessed and so humbled. We have to help others.
Join us for Champions for Hope, the golf tournament benefiting pancreatic cancer research and the J.T. Townsend Foundation.
Together, we are champions for hope.
Keith Pearson Toyota is proud to present today's primetime lineup.
Here's what to watch tonight on ABC 25. Then be sure to join us at 11 for First Coast News on your side.
Hey, no one welcomes baseball back to the First Coast like the GMJ crew. You can join the Good Morning Jacksonville team opening day, April 5th at 121 Financial Ballpark. Lou, Keith, Katie, and Lauren share what you can expect for the Jumbo Shrimp season. I just love going to those games. We will see you bright and early live April 5th, starting at 4:30 on NBC 12 and then 5 a.m. ABC 25. I'm going to be here in the studio.
Yeah, you're saying we because you'll be here, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Okay, so rain in the forecast.
Indeed. So I guess the positive there is that at least we think the severe threat is ending. So the main headline is the rain. But yes, there's a lot of rain on the way. We've had plenty of rain.
Yeah.
We could have some standing water on the roadways, so keep a close watch on that. But then clearing skies, some beautiful spring weather Friday, Saturday, and into Sunday.
There's some standing rain in my yard. Water.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, water. All right, have a good night and be safe.